I will promise you this, that if we have not gotten our troops out by the time I am president, it is the first thing I will do. I will get our troops home. We will bring an end to this war. You can take that to the bank.
After nearly 9 years, America's war in Iraq will be over.
In the past 4 months, we have seen the chutzpah of the Obama administration as it waged war in Libya in utter disregard for the Constitution. The president took an oath to uphold the Constitution, and it makes clear that only the Congress can start wars.
President Bush has talked about our staying in Iraq for 50 years.
Maybe 100.
Well, but we have developed in a way that Iran understands we would use military options. In my
view, you a tough guy? You're going to stare them down and say, look, I'm going to use them? Because if you bomb Iran, that starts World War III. You know that.
I am really here for one reason and one reason only, and that is to make sure that we make Mitt Romney the next president of the United States of America.
And I would be saying to the Iranians, you either open up those facilities, you begin to dismantle them and make them available to inspectors, or we will degrade those facilities through airstrikes and make it very public that we are doing that. The president has done
So you would lay out a red line, and if they passed it, airstrikes by President Santorum.
Iran will not get a nuclear weapon under my watch.
Well, I would send troops back into Iraq, because I will tell you, I think we start talking with the Iraqi individuals there. The idea that we allow the Iranians to come back into Iraq and take over that country with all of the treasure, both in blood and money, that we have spent in Iraq.
How about Ron Paul? If there's any man out there that's had a vision for this country, it is definitely him. His foreign policy is by far, hands down, better than any candidates out there. I'm sure you don't need to fights overseas, and I think everybody else knows that too. But you know what? We're going to go to New Hampshire. We're all going to get involved. We're going to keep getting online. We're going to keep talking to people. But we are going to make sure this man is the next president of the United States.
What other foreign policy expert agrees with you?
The American people and their experts, they have to pay for it and they have to die for it. And 75% of the American people are saying, come home, come home. The soldiers, just think of the soldiers. I mean, why don't they have an opinion? They have to risk their lives. And they give me more money than the rest, twice as much as all the other candidates. Why is that ignored? Don't they have a say? Shouldn't they be able to reverse, give us an opinion? So people, if you ignore that, you do it at risk, because this is endless and our country's bankrupt, so we can't afford it. We didn't beat the Soviets with the nuclear war. We beat the Soviets because they were ruined economically, and that's what we're on the verge of doing to ourselves.
But I sort of have to chuckle when they describe you and me as being dangerous. That's one thing, they are telling the truth, because we are dangerous to the status quo of this country. Remain a danger to the Federal Reserve System as well.